Good morning. Today we will discuss about image restoration and reconstruction. So this is our third unit, and before going to discuss about our third unit, we will see what is the syllabus. What is the syllabus of third unit? So this is our syllabus. In third unit, we have image restoration and reconstruction. Under this third unit, we are going to learn about a model of image degradation and restoration process. With this model, image restoration and degradation model, we will come to know how to restore an image which is degraded because of different types of noises. So we are going to learn about noise models. So noise models means we are going to defining the mathematical formulas for the noise. So we are modeling the different types of noises mathematically by the noise models, and we are going to learn about restoration in presence of noise only, and we are going to learn about spatial filtering and periodic noise reduction by frequency domain filtering, linear position invariant degradations, and estimation of degradation function. And we are going to learn about inverse filtering and minimum mean square error, that is called linear filtering. And we are going to learn about constrained least square filtering and some geometric mean filtering and image reconstruction from the projections. These are the topics which we are going to learn in the third unit. Under this third unit, one of the most important topic is the image degradation model. So we have a block diagram for that image degradation model. In most of the times in our examination, we are getting the question from this image degradation model. Okay, so now let us start our third unit. Okay, so this is so image enhancement. Already we know what is image enhancement. Image enhancement is mainly a subjective process in which individual opinions are involved in the process design. Image restoration is mostly an objective process which utilizes the prior knowledge of degradation phenomena to recover the image. Here, one thing we have to know is what is the purpose of image enhancement and what is the purpose of image restoration. The purpose of image enhancement, the purpose of image restoration is same. That is, we need to achieve a good quality of images. So by means of image enhancement, suppose if you want to achieve a good quality of images, then we need to take a subjective process. That is, we need to take the individual opinions. Based on the individual opinions, we need to design the process. Whereas in case of image restoration, we are going to providing a mathematical model for obtaining the good quality of images, because image restoration is stated mathematically and it is an objective process and it utilizes the prior knowledge of degradation. That means it utilizes the knowledge about the degradation. That means what is the degradation which is present on the images. Based on that knowledge, we are going to remove that degradation by means of degradation filter. So here image restoration and reconstruction. So the images are restored. So the images are restored from their degradation. Once they are restored means that we can say that reconstruction. So here we are using reconstruction filters and we are going to learn about what is the degradation model and how the images are degraded. Okay, and how to remove those degraded images, how to restore the original image from the degraded images can be understand with this unit. Here generally restoration models the degradation. That means mathematically it defines the degradation and then to recover the original image. So what is the purpose of the restoration? The purpose of the restoration is for the purpose of modeling the degradation. So modeling the degradation means we are going to define the degradation by means of mathematical equations. And after defining the mathematical equations, we are going to recovering the original images by means of restoration. Generally, restoration attempts to recover an image that has been degraded by using prior knowledge of the degradation phenomena. Thus, the restoration techniques are oriented towards modeling the degradation and applying the inverse process in order to recover the original image. So, to understand clearly what is image restoration, we have to see the block diagram of image restoration. And before going to see the block diagram of image restoration, here are some classification of degradations. Images are said to be degraded due to the following parameters. One is because of the sensor noise. So while capturing the images by means of a camera, there will be a sensors in the camera. So there will be a sensors in camera or in a capturing device. So due to the noise present on the sensor devices, so the images may get degraded. Similarly, blur due to the camera misfocus. Whenever we are capturing an images, we need to focus our camera perfectly. If we are not able to focus our camera perfectly, the images which are captured may be of type blur. So we need to focus the camera in such a way that the good quality of the images are captured by the camera. Otherwise, we will capture the blurred images. Relative object camera motion. So whenever we are capturing images, so we need to focus camera perfectly, and at the same time there should not be any motion of the camera. Suppose if we move the camera in any other direction, we may not able to capture good quality of images. At the same time, due to random atmospheric turbulence, that means because of the atmospheric conditions, sometimes we may not able to capture good quality of images. So these are some of the reasons why the images gets degraded. And at the same time, we have to understand what are the different types of image degradations. Here, one of the degradation is noise, and second one is blur. For example, in blur, we have different types of blurs like a Gaussian blur, and we have a motion blur. Similarly, distortions, and there will be sometimes the distortions causes the degradation. The distortions may be scratches in the films, or due to some dust on the film. Some distortions will occur whenever we capture images. And at the same time, in the noise, we have different types of noises like distributions. Based on the distributions, we have a different types of noises like Gaussian noises, Poisson noise, uniform noise. Similarly, based on the nature of the correlation, we have uncorrelated noises, that means called white noise, and we have a correlated noise that is called colored noise. So based on the type of the correlation also, we have a noise, and at the same time, based on the nature of the noise, we may have additive noise or we may have multiplicative noise. Based on these noises, images gets degraded. At the same time, based on the sources, we may have a quantization process. Because of the quantization, the image may be gets degraded, and due to photon noise, the image may gets degraded. All these are the different types of degradations. Due to all these parameters, the images gets degraded, and we need to restore the original image from the degraded images. So we will try to understand what is a degraded image. You can see in the first image here, it is a one of the image which is degraded. Okay, so in this image, if you see, we may not able to identify what are the objects which are present on the image, the first image. So once if it is, if the if this degraded image is applied to the degradation model, the degradation model restores this degraded image, and it produces the original image, that is the second image. So you can see here the difference between these two images. The first image is the degraded image, and from this degraded image, original image is restored. In the original image, you can see it is a some space. On the space, we have one person, and there is some sort of a big stone. So the second image. And under coming to this dove, we have a first image, which is a degraded image. And when we apply this degraded image to the degradation model, it will restore the original image like this. So now we can understand what is the degradation. So degradation means decreasing the quality of an image. So because of the degradation, the quality of the image is degraded. That means we may not get a clear vision of the image because of the degradation. Here also you can see this is because of atmospheric condition. So this is the image, first image, which is captured for a long time, and because of the atmospheric conditions, the image gets degraded like this, and there will be some cracks on the images also. Once if we apply this type of image to the restoration model, the restoration model will restore the original image. You can see you can understand the difference between the original image, okay, which is the degraded image, and the restored image. So which is the actual image required with good quality. Now here also you can see the first image, original image. Original image means it is an image, actual image. After a long time, that this image gets degraded, and because of the degradation, the visuality of the particular image we lost. So we are restoring the visuality of this particular image by means of a restoration. So once if you apply this image to the restoration model, it will restore the image like this. So restored image is having a good quality of image, and the degradation, whatever the degradation which is present in the first image, which is removed completely. So here now you can see what is this degradation model. In this block diagram, you can see we have a degradation function. We have a plus symbol here. It is a summer circuit, and f of x comma y is the input, and input is applied to the degradation function. So here we have a filter. This is a degradation filter, degradation function h. We can say that the degradation function will be h of x comma y. Now input image f of x comma y convolve with this degradation function h of x comma y, that is f of x comma y star h of n comma y, h of x comma y, plus here this n of x comma y. This n of x comma y, it's a noise parameter. We can write like this, eta of x comma y. Okay, so the output of this degradation model is g of x comma y. This g of x comma y is nothing but our degraded image. How to obtain a degraded image g of x comma y, which is equal to f of x comma y, original image, convolved with the degradation function h of x comma y, plus eta of x comma y. Here, for this equation, g of x comma y equal to f of x comma y star h of x comma y plus eta of x comma y, if we apply Fourier transform, so we'll get g of u comma v, which is equal to h of u comma v into f of u comma v plus n of u comma v. So this is because of convolution. If here f and h are convolved in time domain, that is in spatial domain, they are multiplied in frequency domain. X comma y indicates spatial domain, u comma v indicates frequency domain. So they are convolved in spatial domain is equal to multiplication in frequency domain. So this is the first equation. It is a degraded image g of x comma y, and it's a Fourier transform is g of u comma v, and which is equal to h of u comma v into f of u comma v plus n of u comma v. Now here is a degradation and restoration model. In the previous block diagram, this is the degradation model, and in this degradation model provides you a degraded image g of x comma y. Now this degraded image can be applied to the restoration filter, that is reconstruction filter, in order to restore the original image. So here is a block diagram of image degradation and restoration model. Here the main goal of this image degradation restoration model is to obtain the original image. That is, in this block diagram, the input is f of x comma y and output is f cap of x comma y. The goal of restoration is improve an image in some predefined sense. That is, f cap of x comma y should be equal to f of x comma y. Means the output of the restoration filter f of x comma y should be equal to the input f of x comma y, which is the original input, original image before get degraded. The degraded image in the spatial domain is g of x comma y, which is equal to h of x comma y convolved with f of x comma y plus eta of x comma y, where h of x comma y is spatial representation of degradation function, and the star indicates convolution. In frequency domain, we know that the degraded image is g of u comma v, which is equal to h of u comma v into f of u comma v plus n of u comma v, where n of u comma v is the spectrum of noise, comma h is a linear position invariant process. The image restoration process can be achieved by inversing the image degradation process. That is g of u comma v cap, which is equal to f of u comma v minus n of u comma v, that is original image minus noise, by degradation function h of u comma v, which is equal to f of u comma v by h of u comma v cap. Here 1 by h of u comma v cap is called inverse filter, and g of u comma v cap is called restored image. So this is all about image degradation model, and this block diagram is very, very important in examination point of view. So most of the times we are getting a question from this block diagram. So please try to remember the input image is f of x comma y. After that we have a degradation function capital H, and then we have a noise, and after adding the noise we will get a degraded image g of x comma y. Degraded image g of x comma y can be applied to the restoration filter. We have different types of restoration filter. In the preceding sections we are going to learn about what are the different types of restoration filters we have. After performing the restoration, we will get a f cap of x comma y, that is called our restored image. The goal of this image degradation and restoration model is the restored image f cap of x comma y should be equal to the original image or the input image f of x comma y. Now coming to the noise models. Noise models are useful in estimation of degradation function. Generally, noise models are useful in estimation of degradation function. The principal source of noise in digital images arises during the image acquisition and or transmission. The performance of image sensing sensor is affected by the variety of factors such as environmental conditions during the image acquisition and by the quality of sensing element themselves. Images are corrupted during the transmission principally due to the interference in the channels used for the transmission. Since the main source of noise present in the digital images are resulted from the atmospheric disturbances and the image sensor circuitry, so noise degrades the quality of the image. Here noise models means we are going to define the mathematical equations for the noises, different types of noises. Spatial and frequency properties of noise. So what are the properties of the noise we have? We have two different types of properties for the noises. One is called spatial property, second one is frequency property. In spatial properties, noise is said to be spatially periodic, and the noise is independent of spatial coordinates x comma y, and the noise is uncorrelated with respect to the image itself, and there is no correlation between the pixel values of an image and the values of the noise components in case of spatial domain. Whereas in case of frequency domain, the frequency domain properties are frequency properties refers to the frequency content of the noise in the Fourier sense. Frequency properties are opposite to the AM spectrum. If the Fourier spectrum is constant, then the noise is called white noise. If the Fourier spectrum of the function containing all the frequencies in equal proportions, then the noise is called Gaussian noise. Some important noise probability density functions we will see. The first noise probability density function is Gaussian noise. Here you can see the Gaussian probability density function of a Gaussian noise. The Gaussian noise means the noise is having the probability density curve which is similar to that of the Gaussian probability density curve. If the probability density curve of the noise is similar to that of the Gaussian probability density function curve, then the noise is said to be known as a Gaussian noise. The principal source of Gaussian noise in digital images arises during the process of acquisition. Example, sensor noise caused by poor illumination and or high temperature and or transmission causes the Gaussian noise. A typical model of image noise is Gaussian, additive, independent at each pixels and independent of the signal intensity. The probability density function of a Gaussian random variable Z. Here Z indicates output gray level. So P of Z equal to 1 by square root of 2 pi sigma e power minus of Z minus Z bar whole squared by 2 sigma square. The Gaussian probability density function is a bell-shaped curve. And this probability density function, 70% of all gray level values fall within the range from 1 standard deviation sigma below and above mean value m, and 90% of the gray level values fall within the 2 standard deviation sigma below and above. Here you can understand this statement with the help of this graph. Here you can see 70% will fall one mean value m above and below, and 95% of the gray level values fall within the 2 standard deviation. Here 1 standard deviation sigma, another standard deviation sigma, 1 standard deviation below and 1 standard deviation above. So here the examples are there. These are the images. The first image, it's the original image, that is A, and B image because of the Gaussian noise. And here C image particularly, it is an image with a Gaussian noise by taking the mean value equal to 0.5 and the variance equal to 0.01. In the first case, first B image is an image with a Gaussian noise. The default variance is 0.01, but the mean value we have not mentioned, mean value is 0. But here when mean value equal to 0.5, C image, and the next one is the D image. So in an image with a Gaussian noise with mean value equal to 0, the variance equal to 0.07. So whenever the image, original image A is corrupted by the Gaussian noise, the images will be looking like a B image, C and D image. Uniform noise, quantization noise, also called as a quantization noise. The noise caused by the quantizing the pixels of a sensed image to the number of discrete levels known as quantization noise. It has an approximately uniform distribution. The gray level values of the noise are evenly distributed across the specific range. So the PDF of uniform random variable Z is defined as. So uniform noise, also called as a quantization noise. The noise caused by the quantizing the pixels of a sensed image to the number of discrete levels is known as quantization noise. It has an approximately uniform distribution. That means if the probability density function of the noise which is present on the images is like a uniform probability density function, then the noise is called uniform noise. So we know how the uniform probability density function will look like. So here is a graph which is a uniform probability density function curve, and we can define this uniform probability density function as a P of Z, which is equal to 1 by B minus A if A less than equal to Z less than equal to B and equal to 0 otherwise, where mu equal to A plus B by 2 and sigma square which is equal to B minus A whole square by 12. So here is a uniform noise images. First image is a just X-ray image, and next one is the image due to the middle image is the image due to the uniform noise. And the last image is the image which is restored from the uniform noise. Coming to the impulsive noise, so this is very, very important noise. Most of the times we are getting the question from this impulsive noise, and some of the persons also carrying their researchers on the impulsive noise only. Here Impulsive noise, also called as a salt and pepper noise. An image that contains salt and pepper noise will have a dark pixels in the right regions and bright pixels in the dark region. So we may identify this type of things on our passport size photos. Sometimes we may identify a little bit dark dots or sometimes small white dots. The small white dots is a salt, and the dark dots is a pepper. So this type of noise can be caused by because of analog to digital conversion. So some errors will occur. In this analog to digital conversion, errors causes impulsive noises. Bit errors in the transmission occurs due to the bit errors which are occurs in the transmission causes impulsive noise. And other name for the impulsive noise is salt and pepper noise. We can define the salt and pepper noise or the impulsive noise probability density function as a P of Z, which is equal to PA equal to PB when Z equal to A, Z equal to B equal to 0 otherwise. So P of Z equal to PA, P of Z equal to PB. So this is the graph for the impulsive noise. So here is a image, a cameraman with a lot of impulsive noise. The density of the impulsive noise is more here. If B is greater than A, then the gray level B is appear as a light dot in the image called salt. If A is greater than B, then the gray level A will appear as a dark, that is dot, pepper in the image. So if PA equal to PB, then the impulsive noise is called unipolar. Otherwise, it is called bipolar. So this is the first image with the impulsive noise, and second image after removing the impulsive noise. And second one is called a relay noise. Occurs due to the wind velocity. So whenever we capture an images when there is a very large winds, so due to that the noise which is occurring is a relay noise, and this is the definition of relay noise. P of Z equal to 2 by B Z minus A e power minus Z minus A whole square by B, and the mean and the variances are given by Z bar and sigma bar, and this is the probability density function curve of the relay noise. We can examine this is the original input, and this is a relay noise, and this is the noisy image. This is a noise. This is a relay noise image, which is having a more spread, and here we have with a lesser spread. Here this relay noise is controlled by the parameter called sigma. Sigma controls the amount of spread of the noise. More the value of sigma, more will be the spread of the noise. And then we have another noise called gamma noise, which is also called as a long noise. And you can see this image. On this image, we have a noise, one type of noise which is called gamma noise. And the definition of this gamma noise is P of Z, which is equal to A power B, Z power B minus A, B minus 1 by B minus A factorial into E power minus A Z. For Z is greater than equal to 0, for Z less than 0. And here also we can define the mean value and the variance like this, Z bar, mean value, and the variance is sigma square. And we have exponential noise. Here you can see the noise which is present in this image is called exponential noise, and this is the exponential curve of the noise probability. And exponential noise is specified as P of Z equal to A into E power minus AZ. And here also we can define the mean value as well as the variance value. And exponential PDF probability density function is a special case of Erlang PDF with B equal to 1. And now observe this one, and this is the image, first image that consisting of a periodic noise. The noise which is present on this image is called periodic noise. And the second image is its spectrum of the image, first image. So periodic noise is an image arises typically from the electrical and electromechanical interference during the image acquisition. It is a type of spatial dependent noise. Periodic noise can be reduced significantly via frequency domain filtering. And the estimation of the noise parameters. So here the shape of the histograms identify the closed PDF match. The first image is the histogram of a Gaussian. The second one is the relay noise. And third one is the uniform noise image. So we have taken three different types of one image with three different types of noises, with the Gaussian noise, with the relay noise, and with the uniform noise, and their histograms. Once if the noise is present, then how the histograms will look like. These are the histograms of the noisy images. So in the next class, we will try to understand how to restore the original image by performing the restorations.